Today, we're going to be giving you the ultimate mining guide inside the game, so you'll know every little bit about it, and if you're lucky, maybe you'll grab a mythic or immortal capybara statue. Now, this used to unlock on day 5, now I think it's day 7, and you have to get to chapter 10, at least complete it, in order to unlock this mining section. One of the biggest things you're going to be getting from this mining is going to be spirit stones. This is what we use to go and re-roll our build stats on our pets to get things like a global attack, global HP, and a whole bunch of other things to make our overall character stronger. And these spirit stones are also the main currency that you need to save for the build growth event, where you can go and get a whole bunch of missions done and get yourself a ton of hammers. Now, on top of these spirit stones, sometimes you'll find a special block, which you'll have to go and use 2 pickaxes for, and this can contain more pickaxes, gems, even sometimes the goblin miner that's used for the transport, or even a bomb that'll kind of go and blow up in a plus pattern. You may have also noticed that inside the card section, there is an auto mining card for $10, and this is a good thing to get if you have the money to spend on it. However, though, you don't want it for that auto mining. Now, the auto mining absolutely blows. You'll probably use it the first time you get it and go, this sucks, I don't want to use it anymore. But there are some reasons to actually get this if you do have the money to spend on it. Number 1 being your pickaxe limit is now going to go up to 100, meaning that if you're sleeping, you can gain more of these things. You'll also be getting pickaxes every single day. I think it's 50 of them. And then those spirit stones you get, you'll be getting an increase of 50% on them. And before I get too far, I don't know if these maps are going to be the same for every single person. I might go back through and replay them all, letting you know where they are. But if you can come back to this video every time you unlock one of these statues and put where you found it and what floor you're on. Given that there's 6 rows and 5 columns, I'd probably go A, B, C, D, E, and F, and then label 1 through 5. And even though this one is a medium-sized statue, I would come back to this video and put floor 268, C1. That's all we need to know is one spot where this contains, because we could figure out the rest. But when it comes to statues, there's 3 sizes. There's a small one, which we've all seen, just takes up 1 tile. There's a medium one, which is going to take up a 2x2 section. And then finally, there's a large one, which is going to take up a 2x3 section. And there's really only 6 moves you need to make in this to improve your chances of either trying to hit one of those medium or large. Past there, it's all going to be guessing. And that's where your 4 first pickaxes should be used on B2, B4, E2, and E4. And when you're hitting these things, hit 1, take a second. There's a little bit of a delay of this thing popping up, so if you're like me, you'll find you're wasting them after you've already discovered it. For the other 2 picks, all you really gotta do is either put one in C2 or D2, and then following the next one in either C4 or D4. That's it. That absolutely rules out all the chances of it being a medium or large statue. Now you just gotta try to find out where the small one is. So when it comes to the statues, all the rewards are gonna be the same based by the rarity that you get, whether it's a small, medium, or large. However, though, when you get a small one, it's going to start off on common, and you get a medium-sized one, that's going to start off on uncommon. Finally, the large one, that'll start off on rare. And if you completely strike out on that small one and walk away with a common, you'll be getting 3 eggs, 45 of those spirit stones, and then finally 3 of those goblin miners. An uncommon one will give 6 eggs, 90 of those spirit stones, and then 4 of those goblin miners. A rare one will give 9 eggs, 135 of those spirit stones, and then 5 of those goblin miners. And then an epic will give 12 eggs, 180 of those spirit stones, and then 7 goblin miners. Now, if you take a small statue and do well and get 4 check marks on it, it is actually possible to get a legendary out of one of these small statues. And the legendaries are going to work a little bit different. You'll first, instead of getting eggs, you'll be grabbing a legendary pet. And for the stone section, it's a little bit of a gamble. You'll either get 225 stones, or you'll get an Everstone, one of those spears we use to lock in one of our build stats. And then finally, you'll be getting 10 of those goblin miners. Now, when it comes to our medium-sized ones, the 2x2s, the fact that they start off at uncommon, if we get a good 4 straight pull on that, we could technically walk away with a mythic. And from what I've seen with those, you'll get a mythic pet, an Everstone, and then 15 goblin miners. So here's the crazy part right here. If you do find one of the large ones, the 2x3s, those are going to start off at rare. So if you get 4 good ones in a row on that, it's going to go rare, epic, legendary, mythic, and then there's that last one there. Is there going to be an immortal one of these? Nobody's actually pulled one yet from what I've seen, but as you get further into this mining, it seems like the rewards get better and better, and the fact that we have 4 slots on it, it seems like it's going to be there in the fact that we have immortal pets. Now either way, you want to make sure that you're burning up these pickaxes every single day, because when it comes down to it, there's 2 ads that you can watch for 15 more pickaxes twice in a row, so an extra 30. And depending on how much you get for these goblin miners, well then we're gonna have the transport. This will take 30 of them to activate. There was one time I did the multiplier on it. It didn't go well. This really is a game of chance. There's no control over what this spring is gonna launch away, but if you go and grab 5 of these things in one of these actual transports, you're going to get a free turn. However though, the big thing's going to be is now instead of getting 5, you'll need to get 6, and if you land those, which I have done before, you'll then once again get another free turn, and you'll have to try to get 7. I imagine this is just gonna go on and on and on, but when it comes down to us, this spring will totally shut you down. But like I said, we don't know if there's a set spot for each one of these statues on every single floor, so come back every single day or a couple times during the day, let us know what row and what column you found this thing in and what floor you're on. In the meantime though, just go for those 6 spots I talked about and then just have the chance of luck that you're gonna find it from there. And if you guys are questioning which accessories you should be using inside the game, take a look at this video right here. Thanks for watching, and remember, I pick my butt.